Well, it's December 20th, and I'm glad to see lots of pollen coming into the hive today. One of my bigger concerns is hoping they have enough food to make it through the winter, as well as honey surplus. Here you can see I've added a little winterizing precaution, trying to cool this hive because it's inside. I'm a little nervous about it being too hot in the wintertime, and the bees will mill around, eat all their food, and just not make it through the winter. So one thing I've tried to do is cool my hive by adding this little insulation box I built to the outside. It's screened to the outside, and it joins the back end of the hive, as well as there's vents just like this one through here to the back side, back in the corner there. Trying to keep it a little cooler than this room will keep it. This room is not very well insulated, so it gets cold, but I don't think it gets quite cold enough to keep them down for the winter. Got 16 full frames of storage going into the winter, so according to folks I listen to, that should be a good number to start with. I'm still feeding, and they're still taking food, and I think they've got a little comb that's going down into the feeder now, which is will just be a little spring cleanup. Shouldn't be too bad. But one thing I find interesting is looking at the attachments to the side of the hive, and kind of compare this to my outside wooden top bar hives. You can see that many of the combs, they connect, usually less than a third of the side of the comb. They seem to leave the front opened a bit. Presumably, in my opinion, I assume it has to do with traffic in the hive, and they don't seem to attach the bottoms. One thing I like about this observation hive is you can see there's four actually on top of this hive. Two of the top bars that I started from a cutout nook, and you can see how nice and straight the comb is right behind those very straight combs that I started with, and you can see exactly how they built out to the end. But as we get a little away from the front of the comb, you can see they're curving the comb. Not too big a deal. They're doing it on both sides. You can see that. I'll clean it up and I'll cut it off. Probably just cut it off right here and either straighten it or try and smush a little wedge into leave right there for them to start on. I think I'll be starting my starter strip have it further out to the ends. I believe my starter strip stopped about an inch from the end, and that was enough to give myself a headache this spring. Not too big a deal. I did make a little bit of a mess when I put these. I took a couple of top bars out of an outside hive to I closed out a hive and combined it before the winter, so that's what this is fit in here, and you can see the combs got smushed in the corner there, but that's alright. They fixed it up, I believe. Hopefully there's not too much cross combing there. But here's my feeder. I mentioned my feeder milk carton is inside the hive, and I've simply drilled an aquarium air line, and I just siphon feed into it when I want to add food to my milk carton. So that's pretty simple. I've been watching the temperatures, and they haven't dropped much yet. They've been staying mostly around 70 at night and a little over 80 during the day. Hopefully this new cooling system will drop the temperature a little bit and try and get them a little more dormant. Well, that's the December 20th update, and that's all for today.